Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am going to show you how I store everything in a small craft space. I do not have a craft room. All I have is my bedroom area, and this is how I store everything. So I guess we'll go ahead and start at my desk. So this is where I store all of my like functional stickers and things like that. As you can see, I have them all labeled as to what they are so I can grab them on my desk. I'm terrible at pulling stickers ahead of time, so this is just how I have it. And then when I'm planning, I plan on this table. This is where I video all of my planner videos. So that is how I do that. And then this is my light, and then I have these up here where I store these are colored pens and markers, these are scissors, hole punches, that kind of thing. I did keep glue sticks in here, but I have moved those, and then those are black pens and markers. Okay, then I've got all the planners that I use regularly up here. And then if we turn over here, I have this system that I actually got for free because my hubby works with offices and things like that, getting rid of things they no longer use. And a lot of times, if you did not know, offices move and get rid of things that are amazing and get in really good shape, and they just throw them away. And so yeah, so I'm going to show you what's in these drawers, but first let me just talk about what's on top of these. So I have this is the planner stickers that I use on a regular basis that do not fit well in those. It's just easier for me to flip through them. Like there's a whole bunch of like deco in here and things like that, and so it's easier for me to just have them to flip through. And then these are my washi storage. These are my washi shelves. They're not in the best of organization right this second because I have been taking things off of them and putting it back and all of that. But this is where I store all of my washi. And I have some pictures that my kiddos drew for me. But my husband, I said, look, I need a better washi solution. Like, this is just not working. And I told him what I wanted, and he went and got some wood, and he built them for me like the same day. And so as you can see, like down there, my kiddos have been rifling through, and it's not all straightened out. But if I keep it organized, then they stay just like this in the rows, and that's the way I keep them. So it works out absolutely wonderful. These are actually two different pieces. So you have this one with the 2 shelves, and then this one with the 3 shelves. I did have them hanging on the wall, but we will be moving soon. And so when I moved my desk and everything, I didn't want to put more holes in the wall that we would have to patch up. So I just put them on top of here for now. And then over here, this box here and this here are just stickers that I need to put away. I mean, this is real life. And this banged up beauty over here is just a drawer system that I got from Michael's. It holds all my paints and sprays and things like that. That is why it is so banged up. And then it has some of my acrylic stamps that I use all the time. So I put those in there. This here is just my die cutting machine. This is my box that has funny things that kids say. So whenever my kids say something I want to remember, I write it in there. And then this 3 drawer system is simply for like little charms or knickknacks that I think I'm going to use that aren't for a specific theme. They're just in general. I have a bunch of glue sticks in here. These are some word stickers from Tim Holtz that I have. And then in here are all of my threads and things like that. Here's my ink daubers for distressing and some extra staples. You know, just kind of random odds and ends. I have some Mod Podge, some of these. They're actually floating around in there because my child wants to steal them all the time. I have these little glass containers, like any kind of charm kind of thing. I have all of these little Smashbook tag journaling card things in there. And then up here is a shelf that my hubby put up for my printer so I could get it up off of the desk and have more room. And on these S hooks, I have all of these sticker books. They originally look like that, if you can see. So there's Happy Planner ones, there's Agenda 52 ones, and what I do is, I haven't taken these apart yet, but I take them all apart, I put labels on them of what they're called, that way I can flip through them easier and utilize them that way, and that's what I do. Then is my printer, and these are like leftovers, my kits. These are day covers and date dots, and those are just things that I use all the time for planners. I have them a little bit closer to my desk so I can grab them easier. If I had my way, I would put all of it on my desk, but I just don't have that time. Let me show you what's in the desk drawers before I forget. So in here is candy, because when you're crafting, I don't know, I just like to have a little something. I have odds and ends in here, like nail clippers, nail polish, anything that I need to just grab really quickly. I just put it in there. It's just easier. These are washi that I use like all the time, or that I'm gravitating toward at the moment, whether I'm like in the middle of a project or I'm using them for a certain thing. I just grab them, like florals and things like that. Homeschooling washi, stuff like that. Deodorant, like I just stick all kinds of stuff in there that I might need. Here's magnetic tape, just some super glue, Neosporin for the kids, like here's my awl so they don't grab it and stab someone. Just random things like that go in these middle ones, and then the washi goes on the ends in those drawers. And then down here for extra storage, I actually found these at the Target dollar spot, and they were like $5 for 2 of them, I believe, or maybe $5, I can't remember. It was either like $3 for 1 or $5 for 2. I don't remember. It could have even been $5 for 1, but they're totally worth it. And they just stick to the top of the surface that you want them at. And they're just little drawers. And I put this in here because my kids are always trying to steal my tweezers, and my kids are always trying to steal my Tombow, and Tombow is way too expensive to have them pull it all out. Like my 2-year-old will take this and he'll just pull the whole thing out until it's irreparable. Like you can't even fix it. So I have that in there. And then if we go over here, I'll show you what's in the drawers. So this is a 2-drawer system. So in the first one, I just have my laminator, and then in this tub, I used to have everything in tubs, but we'll get to where I put the stuff in a minute. This is my blingy tub, so those are all the bling that I have, so like pearls or diamonds or like these really pretty gems. Anything like that to add some sparkle to my projects is in that tub. Then I have a bunch of paper clips in here. And the bottom drawer is like extra loose paper that I had pulled for a project but didn't use. And then I have extra cardstock and printer paper. And then some laminating sheets, some photo paper, like just stuff like that that I need to keep. And then under there are stickers that I want to keep but don't necessarily have enough room for in the binder system that I'm going to show you. And then in here is just like cards the boys have given me that I want to keep, notebooks, and at the very bottom is a big bin of block stamps, and most all of those that are down there are Christmas stamps. To get those out of the way, and this one I just have all of the journaling cards that I have. So these are all the big ones, these are all the smaller ones. A lot of these are Project Life cards that I now use just in journals. And then this is my mic that is just so long and crazy that I just stuck in the spot to get it out of the way. In here I just have some odds and ends of like big paints. I have these strips that I use for lots of different projects. They're all kinds of different themes, but I don't want them to get all tangled. I have some holiday punches. I have some cards that I don't want to get ripped that the boys have drawn me, moss and things that I don't want to just explode everywhere, so I have them in this bin at the bottom of the drawer. And then in here I have all my thin washies. I have a few of these, and then I have all of my buttons and charms and metal charms and brackets and hinges and all of that kind of stuff, and beads and stuff like that. You can see some charms in there that I add to junk journals as well, and that's just kind of how it goes. There's also some beads and sequins. There's a lot of baby themed stuff in there, and that's where I house all of those. These I got from the Dollar Tree. They're Jot brand, and they're amazing. I haven't seen them in my Dollar Trees for a while, but then again, I don't shop there very much anymore, so they might still have them, but they're freaking awesome. So I really like those, and they just keep all of that stuff put away that's very tiny and small. In here is an overflowing drawer full of my string and ribbon of all different kinds. Okay, this is like the thinner ribbon. So I've got eyelash trim that was gifted to me from my friend Anna, but I've just got ribbons and lace and all of that kind of stuff, the smaller versions that goes up the top, and then at the bottom I have bigger fabrics. Okay, and I'm not even going to open this all the way because it's just overflowing. I actually bought a rag rug from Five Below and took it all apart, washed it because it's disgusting. If you see that water, it is so gross. I filmed some of it, and I might actually show you, but oh my goodness, it's going to go on my third channel for my crafting stuff. But I have all of the fabric from there, and so now it's just kind of overflowing. I might have to make a second place for this stuff to go because it's a lot, but that's where I keep all my bigger fabrics because I love using fabrics in junk journals. This here is where I put my string that I use for sewing all of the signatures together. Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. And my punches and things. These are all my ink pads. I have some glues in here, and then some ink daubers. So I also have some extra printer ink in there as well, but that's where I keep that. And then at the bottom here on the top, I have all my stencils because I can't fit them properly in a smaller drawer, and they're messy. They have ink all over them and craziness. And then these are all my extra papers. So here's some coffee dyed ones. I did a big batch and I have a bunch of those. I have some cardboard so I can use it for the corrugated side. And then it's all of the projects that I've sadly started and not finished, or maybe like I had high hopes of fitting more signatures than I had the space for. Like if I have an idea that I'm going to make 4 signatures, yeah, right, girlfriend, you ain't fitting all that in there. And then I end up only being able to fit 3. Then I put the other papers in here, and I do pull from those a lot. So there's that. So that's all of these drawers, and that's my desk and everything on top of the desk. Now, if we go above, I have my cutters here. This is an extra planner cover that it has something all over it. I need to wipe it down. And then I also have these 2 shelves here. Okay. Yes, we utilize all the space we can. So in these white tubs, like in this one, I have all of the sticker books that don't necessarily fit into these binders that I have here, right? I have them labeled in themes, and then these are sticker books, or they're chipboard stickers, things like that. And then in this one, I have all of the weird paper that I use for junk journals. So I love using this brown paper to like back thin paper or journaling cards or handmade tags or things like that that need just a little bit extra, or maybe I just love the texture. And then it also has like a bunch of different kinds of paper, sewing paper, deli paper, all of that kind of stuff. And then on the top, I just have a bunch of planners or planner covers that I'm not using. Maybe I've already filled them up or whatever. And then that is like more of the same. So more doilies, brown paper, coffee dyed paper, tissue paper that I haven't used. So all 3 of these are kind of like that. On here, I just keep a basket of kind of odds and ends. This has like plastic bags and things that I use for journals. That has like half boxes and quarter boxes that are just extra. And then is this beauty. I actually just got this from my hubby, and you can see like I have a cereal box over there that I have to put somewhere because I do use that for journals, and I need to find a place to put it. But I just got this from my hubby for my anniversary / birthday, and I love this. This has saved me so much space. So this is just a small drawer system. And then if you look in the first one, this is like all of the extra insert papers, things like that. There's like some paper pennant. What is there? There's like note paper. There's some bags of tissue paper that's not been yet opened. There's sticky notes, things like that that I'm going to add into journals, right? All of this is journal related. Then is more of the same. This is like receipt paper, index cards, playing cards, things like that I'm going to add as well. This one has some chipboard pieces, fastener dots, some metal embellishments and things like that, some buttons. This one is all envelopes, so junk mail, stuff like that. So many different kinds of envelopes tucked away in there. This one is like labels and circle labels, all of that kind of stuff is in that one. This one right here is, I think it's kind of an overflow of this drawer. So there's a couple of sticker packs in here. There's some embossing folders, some tickets. And then I think this is where it gets into the themes. So this is an antique vintage type theme. And I have everything, all the die cuts, all of the fabric scraps, all of the punch outs, all of the little things that I would consider if I was making a journal that was antique, vintage, grungy, that kind of thing. I would pull from this drawer, so I could take the whole drawer out, go over to my project, and I would have that to work with. And that's the idea. Okay, then you go move over to this side. This is all my paper flowers. This one is also antique and vintage because that's one of my favorite themes to work with. So I have 2 drawers of that. This one here is a sea theme or like a gypsy theme. Both of those go in there. And this drawer always gives me fits to fit back in its place. This one here is a travel themed and like a French Parisian theme. I put both of those in that one. This one is kind of whimsical, summery, kid vibe. I have lots of kid die cut drawers. This one is like farmhouse theme. So actually, these here, I just happened to see that go in that drawer. Mason jars, of course. This one is nature themed. So anything plant related. This one just has a few dies in it. I have another drawer that has dies in it as well. Don't have very many dies. This is, I think it's an overflow of what's underneath, which is just another kid drawer. And I think the bottom drawer is a kid drawer as well. Yep, see, like they're full. Like I have so many kid themed things. And then this one here is a kid drawer as well. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kid drawers. I think 6. So 6 like kid, summery, like whimsical character kind of themes. They're not always for baby. It could be any kind of child, even teenage, but I just put them in those drawers. I need to organize them a bit better, but oh my goodness, it's just overwhelming sometimes. These are more stamps that I have. Just all different kinds of them. I just dig through these when I'm doing a project, and yes, I'm terrible at cleaning them, so don't judge. And that's it. So that's that drawer space. So that is what I have for all my die cuts and things. I used to have them in those clear bins, and they just took up so much room, but this is so much better. And then I can just pull the drawer out and work with it like I said. All right, if we go over here, this is also a space that I have taken over. This is where my sewing machine is, so I come over here to sew anything, and this is kind of my project table for an actual junk journal. My desk is just not, even though this is not big enough, I might work on the 2 spaces, or I might just work on this one. So I have my mat because I get so messy. Like, look at my mat. I have paint and inks and all kinds of things. That's actually the punch that I use to prop up my glue gun. And this basket just stays up here because whatever project I'm working on, I just stick the stuff in here just to clean it up for the night or whatever, get it out of the way. There's my sewing machine. My child put my glue gun up against it and put a big old thing in it. This is an actual bookshelf. I have my Bibles and my devotionals on here, but I also have like a bin that's just easy access stuff for me to do when I'm working on a project. And then this is all of my glue sticks, so I can have those at the ready. And then down here on this last shelf is more books, but it's also things that I use. Like, I have coffee dyed book papers here. I have some Smashbook pieces that I pull from. I have a couple of 6x6 paper pads. I have some storybooks, golden books. This is like some chipboard pieces of different kinds. These are some extra planner colors, watercolor paper, tracing paper, ledger paper, all of that, encyclopedias, dictionary paper, all of the things that I would just pull from to make my junk journal. So that is it. That's where I store all of my stuff. And the only exception of what I won't show you, because I can guarantee you it's not quiet in there, I will put a clip at the end where I just take the audio out so you guys can see it, but you don't have to hear everything, is I have bookshelves in the other room right around the corner that houses all of my 12x12 paper pads, and that is the only exception. Everything else I store in here in this tiny little space, and that's what I do, and that's how I store it. This is in my bedroom. So I wanted to show you guys. I know that some people don't have a craft room. Sometimes you just have a little bitty corner in your bedroom, in an extra bonus room, whatever. And I have so many children, I can't have a craft room. We would have to have a huge house. And so that's not always the way it works. So I just wanted to show you guys that somebody has been playing with toys in my bathroom. Hooray for me. Now I have to go clean it up. But I just wanted to show you guys exactly where I keep everything. So this is kind of the man behind the curtain, so to speak. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again soon. Bye guys.